I know you guys read the title. You guys seen the panels. Before anyone try to cancel me or try to kick me out of the One Piece community, this is going to be my thoughts, my idea of why I believe Dracule Mihawk do not have Conqueror's Haki. Before anyone gets triggered and anyone's try to, kill me in the comments section down below, this is my reasons why I believe Dracule Mihawk do not have Conqueror's Haki. And we're going to start off with Shanks. We know that Shanks and Dracula had many clashes, many duels, to a point where even Whitebeard said that he remembered the fights. Their fights is going to go down in history. That pretty much was legendary, right? But then we also, in the panel that I put in the beginning, we see that when Dracula met up with Shanks, he said he refused to pretty much fight a one-armed man. So now you're pretty much asking me, okay, so why you bring this up? What do they have to do with your theory about Mihawk do not have Conqueror's Haki, right? I feel like this. Shanks have Conqueror's Haki. The reason why Shanks got Conqueror's Haki, well, obviously he always had it, but what pretty much brought it forth, it wasn't his duels or his fights with Dracula. I believe him losing his arm, saving Luffy, brought that on. Granted, right? I feel Shanks was a left arm swordsman. When he sacrificed his arm to save Luffy, this forced him to fight with his right arm. Since this is pretty much considered like a desperate, like type of situation where, like me, I'm a righty. I can't imagine like I lost my right arm and then now I had to restart life pretty much over with my left arm. And now because I'm pretty much, dependent on my weaker arm, my non-dominant arm, that's going to pretty much unlock, I guess like a new ability, new talents. It's like how you hear stories about how people who lose like their eyesight and stuff like that, their sense of taste, their sense of smelling, and sense of hearing increases like tenfold type of thing. So I feel this, because Shanks acquired his Conqueror's Haki, right? After his duels, or pretty much after he lost his arm, right? After he lost his arm, this is when he acquired Conqueror's Haki. If Mihawk had Conqueror's Haki from the beginning, their duels would never have been equal. Their duels would have been one-sided because I feel like I said, Shanks got it after he saved Luffy. If Mihawk had it in the beginning, he would have been wiping the floor with Shanks. It would never have been even. That's one. Two, when Shanks, after him saving Luffy and him developing Conqueror's Haki and him pretty much changing his whole fighting style around Conqueror's Haki, this is what propelled him forward into becoming a Yonko. This is why he hasn't been a Yonko for pretty much, I believe, like 6 years now, current storyline, right? Also, another piece of evidence that I feel that says that Mihawk doesn't have Conqueror's Haki. If we go back to chapter 1010, when Zoro did Ashura and he ended up cutting Kaido, and Kaido said to him, "You have Conqueror's Haki," and Zoro pretty much like, "Yeah, whatever, like whatever you mean." If Ashura is Conqueror's Haki, right, and we know Zoro did this against Kaku, which means Zoro always had Conqueror's Haki. 2 years that he trained with Mihawk. If Mihawk had Conqueror's Haki, why Zoro didn't know what Kaido was talking about? You figure Mihawk is the greatest swordsman. He's the best in the world. If he had Conqueror's Haki, right, and he had a student who had Conqueror's Haki, wouldn't he pull the Rayleigh and explain to Zoro what Conqueror's Haki is? This way Zoro will be able to identify it. Like, look, I can't help you train it because, like what Rayleigh said to Luffy, it's something that through battle and perseverance, it just grows naturally on its own. But Zoro didn't know what the hell Kaido was talking about, which to me right there and there is proof that Mihawk doesn't have Conqueror's Haki. I think him being the greatest swordsman is just pure skills. It's pure skills. He has the basic Hakis. He has armament, he has observation, things like that. But when it comes to color of the Supreme King, no. I do not feel, or I do not believe that Mihawk has it. So with that, revelation, well, my revelation, that to me puts Zoro already one step above Mihawk. And also, too, if Mihawk had Conqueror's Haki, right, like Zoro's type of Conqueror's Haki, I think he would have been a Yonko before Shanks. This is why he's only a warlord, because I feel the only way for you to be a Yonko, you have to have Conqueror's Haki, except for Blackbeard, because Blackbeard figured out how to have multiple fruits. That's his edge. Blackbeard, I still feel, is going to be a jack of all trades, but master of none. And for you to be a true over-the-top Yonko, you have to have master Conqueror's Haki. That's what I feel. But I'm gonna keep this short. But like that's pretty much like my idea of why I don't believe Mihawk has it. Like I said, just with the evidence with Zoro not understanding what Kaido was talking about. Their duels with his duel with Mihawk, and yeah, like I said, it all depends on when, and also too, the reason why I put the panel in the front with Whitebeard, I think pretty much since Whitebeard saw Shanks growing up, he didn't think that Shanks had Conqueror's Haki, so pretty much that was like Shanks' way of saying, like, you know, hey, I'm the new neighbor, welcome to the neighborhood. So he showcased his strength to, you know, to Whitebeard, saying like, hey, you probably think I'm a whippersnapper, I don't deserve this title, such as yourself, as a Yonko. That's why they had that initial clash on Whitebeard's ship. So I think that was Shanks' way of showing him, like, hey, I do deserve this title, because Whitebeard's probably thinking, hey, you know what? I know you was a good swordsman. You and Mihawk used to go back and forth, but is that enough to be Yonko? That's like another piece of evidence, for me at least, why I believe that Mihawk don't have Conqueror's Haki. But like I said before, I'm gonna keep this nice and short. Just a little theory idea that I had. Guys, let me know what you think at the bottom. Like, subscribe, comment at the bottom. Like I always say, yo, let's start a conversation. Star Marvel 718. I'm out, y'all.